How do you guys bounce back?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was a tough loss. Had a couple of leads, obviously, which is unfortunate, but I think, have every faith in the guys in the locker room, have every faith in, the bond between the guys on our team, every faith in our coaching staff, and, we're just focused on beating Rutgers.
How's the communication with the offensive line improved over the season?
I think it's gotten a lot better. Obviously, we have guys, it's their first time, starting a full season, and I think you've really seen the growth in that group, and that's been awesome to see, young guys, Elijah Page, Alani Noah, have really taken some steps, so I'm really proud of those guys.
How'd you evaluate yourself after the win?
Myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, thought we did some good things offensively. Put ourselves in a position to win with a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, and, didn't figure out a way to get it done. So.
Miller, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Being in the spotlight is something that, you can see other quarterbacks be in the spotlight, but it's different when you're in it. What's that been like for you with the pressure and just everyone so focused on you? What have you learned from that?
There's always sign up for, you know what I mean? I think it's part of playing quarterback, especially playing quarterback here. I think that's something that we embrace. At the end of the day, none of that stuff really matters. You know what I mean? What matters is, who you are, what your process is, who you trust and believe in each and every day. So, I mean, it's part of the job, but it's also it doesn't mean anything at the end of the day.
Miller, Lake McCree was back on the football field since the Michigan game. Just what was it like to see, I know you're best friends with him, just be back on the field?
Awesome. I mean, he adds a whole new element to our offense. Obviously, I love that kid, but outside of our personal relationship, he's a phenomenal football player and really adds to us offensively.
Miller, everyone's kind of talked a little bit about finishing just in general. What do you feel like is your part that you can do to make finishing easier on this team?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of interesting, right, because we haven't necessarily not finished in the same ways. There have been games where we started poorly in the first half, came all the way back, and fell short, and there have been games where we started really, really fast in the first half and then didn't finish in the second half the way we wanted to. I think, me personally, I can just, help with the guys in the locker room, staying positive, staying focused on, each week, each individual day. It's really important to come out here and attack this Monday practice, just win these individual moments, win these individual periods. And if I can kind of further that agenda and keep guys, positive in the locker room, I think that's me doing my job.
A word we heard a lot last year from Caleb and Lincoln was consistency. How would you evaluate your ability to play with it and the offense as a whole?
I mean, I think we've had really good spurts where you can see how elite we can be. But I mean, I don't think we've put together 4 quarters of a game, obviously, where we've been at our best level, operating at our most efficient throughout 4 quarters. So I mean, obviously, got to be consistent throughout 4 quarters if we want to win consistently.
What have you seen as the main obstacle to that, putting together all 4 quarters?
Like I said, it's kind of odd just because it hasn't been one thing. It hasn't been one consistent thing. It hasn't been we haven't done well in the red zone or we've been bad on third down. There have been games where we've been really efficient in those areas and lacked efficiency in other ways. So I don't think you can point to one thing. I think, the team takes ownership as a whole, and obviously myself included in that.
You seem to throw it deeper a lot more in this game. How do you feel like that aspect of this offense was working against Maryland?
Good. I mean, we had some good matchups. Some guys made some good plays. I mean, for people who don't know a lot about football, they're gonna be it looks like you threw the ball deeper, but we're attacking defenses in areas that they give. So we've seen a ton of loose drop zone. We're not going to throw it deep versus that, but when you get more man coverage, more low safeties, you're going to throw it deeper. So it's obviously predicated on game plan and stuff like that. So
has it been challenging to filter out the outside noise at all lately?
No. I mean, I have a small circle of people whose opinions I care about. Everyone else, say what they will. It's part of the job.
When you look at that third quarter, interception, how do you kind of respond, mentally?
And we were up 2 scores when we threw it. We got back up 2 scores. So.
Let's do one more.
What has this past month, this stretch, taught you?
A lot. I mean, I think it's taught me a lot about how you respond to adversity. I think it's taught me a lot about who I am, I think it's taught this team a lot. I think, you face difficult times. You really got 2 choices, and they're both painful. You either go back to work and, kind of navigate that pain of what it takes to get yourself back up, or you quit, and that's painful too. So I think, we're all faced with a choice when we, face difficult times, and I think, who you are when you make that choice says a lot about who you are. And like I said, that's where the substance of this, really lies. The substance in this doesn't lie in, whatever the narrative is, whatever people want to say the substance is, like, and the, you know, power and the integrity, all that stuff, like, that comes to the people who are able to navigate difficult things, to continue to go back out there, to continue to put their work on display in front of the world, and not the people that are going to continue to tear them down no matter what. So obviously people, you know, seek a lot of negativity around our team, and it is what it is, and I hope they, you know, keep that same energy going forward.